I really think there's a lot to work with here, and I think builders are going to have a field day. Hello everybody, the sun is rising over my island here in Crosswind Alpha, and I wanted to check out the building system. I want to test the building system and to see what all we can do with it, because I'm at the point in my playthrough where I need to smelt copper ingots and put other crafting benches up, and some of those benches require a roof over them, so figure it would be a good time to look into the building. First, I want to start with a few things that I think are relevant to the building, that I think are interesting or will help you if you are also in the alpha test. So you can destroy these shipwrecked items. I can use my cutlass on this box, and you can get building materials from them. So I just got some nails from one, which is great because I needed nails and I haven't smelted any copper yet to make my own nails. So I just thought that's a nice little tip. If you are needing to build something and can't necessarily find the resources you need, there's a chance that you can get those resources from these shipwrecks that you can salvage in order to build with. So as you can see, I'm getting lumber from what looks like a mast. And I think those boxes are probably going to be your best bet for getting some nails. So yeah, this isn't giving me anything new. Okay. So the second piece of information I found that I think is really interesting is there is no carrying weight as of this point in the game's alpha. So I am able to carry as many stones as I want. There is no weight on them in your inventory. And this is nice to me because I've always found weight as like a rather exhaustive feature. Exhausting, I should say. Let's go bash this barrel or this crate and see if I get more nails. Nope, just lumber. Alright, I guess I got pretty lucky to get these nails from that crate I bashed before. But anyway, there is no weight, so you can just carry around stacks of stones and lumber, no problem. Really, the only thing you have to manage is your inventory size. Okay, so now that we've got that out of the way, let's actually try building something. I'm gonna build right up here because this looks like a pretty nice flat area, and really I just want to build something big enough for my crafting stations. So build menu is B, and it kind of gives you an idea of where all you can build based on where this bonfire is. As you can see, the bonfire is the center of your camp and you can build from there. I haven't tried building another bonfire within. Actually, let's see if we can do that now, because I don't know if that would expand. Nope, too close to another bonfire. Okay, so we can cross that off the list. You cannot expand the amount of space in your base by putting another bonfire down. But I do have a separate bonfire in another part of the island. So yes, you can have multiple ones, but no, they do not expand, at least not from what I've seen. So building wise, I have unlocked leaf walls, stick walls, bark walls, plank and timber, and stone. I love a stone building, and I did farm a lot of stone to prepare for this part of the video, so I think I'm going to build a nice stone structure. So let's get a, let's see, stick and cane floor. Kind of interesting, I don't have a stone floor. Let's do a large floor and see how this goes. We're gonna just do planks, which really is thankfully just lumber and I don't need to worry about nails. Let's see, let's rotate this in a way that I like it. I like it like this because it overlooks the ocean. So we're gonna go ahead and let's see, let's do 5. We'll do 5 wide. Yeah, we'll do a 5 by 5. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Demolition mode. There we go. So demolition mode is you hold your, or you activate it with your middle mouse button and then you left click and you'll get back those resources. So that's nice. Okay, now I am out of demolition mode and I'm just going to go ahead. I'm not sure if I need supports or not. We're going to find out, because as you can see, this is lifting a bit off the ground. What I might do is just put some walls down into the ground. Was that 5? No, that was 4. Okay. Look, here's Dr. Galen. He's one of the story beat characters. Okay, so let's look at putting some stone in. So I'm curious how the stone will connect here. It will. So it snaps right to where I would like it go, into the ground. You can clip right into the ground already. I love that. Super easy, you just direct it where you want to go. Well, as I say super easy, I've now gotten to this point and it's not really wanting to go. So can I lower it? Building options, snapping, rotation, angle, camera mode. Okay, so we can turn snapping off with P. So let's try turning snapping off. So snapping is off. Now I'm assuming if you turn snapping off that there should be a way to raise and lower your foundations. Rotate, build, building options. I do not see an option to move the piece down. Now, just because I haven't found it yet doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but there's a chance that it doesn't. So we're just gonna have to wing it with what we can. At this point, remember this is an alpha, so you know, this is already pretty cool for an alpha in my opinion. Can I snap it down there? I don't think it's gonna let me snap it. Darn, okay, so I'm gonna have to figure out a workaround for this part of my structure. Okay, so let's come up here. Is there a window? A wooden window, perhaps? I thought I saw, let's see, we've got roof pieces, pillars, stairs. Yeah, okay, so I'm guessing the windows we will then put in the actual wall once we get it up there. So I'm just gonna keep, oh, that's a smaller one. I need to pick the larger one. Also really interesting that it gives you like little pieces that you can then build with rather than just the plain wall. So let's go too high with it. I think too high is all we will need. And then let's see how both a door and a window will fit into this. It's really nice that all we need for these is lumber, by the way, and that we don't also need nails. So yeah, this looks like it's just gonna pop right there. Oh. How do we get that to work? Hold on now. Okay, so that's a little funky. I also might need to go in and demolish that part of the wall. Let's see, demolition mode. You might actually have to make, rather than the game registering to do so, you might have to actually make a place for the window yourself. So here, let me show you. Let me show you what I mean, and that's fine too. That's why we're getting into all this, right, is to figure out how all this works. So yeah, see, I have made a place for the window. There you go. All right, now we have a window. So see, that works. Now we have to go put that wall back. Where did it go? All right, so there's how the windows work. You do not just fix them to the wall. You have to build a shape for them to fit within, which means what I need to do is also make a place for the door. So let's put the door here. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these two. And then we will put the door, let's see, door. I just want a regular plank door. That looks good to me. And then what we can do is go back in with those smaller pieces, and you know what, I might even make them nice little wood pieces, little wood planks up above. I think that looks nice. Just a little bit of variation, and I might even do a layer up here. Very cool. And if I click and drag, it will fill it for me. So that's really cool too. So I hadn't tried that yet, but I remember seeing it in a trailer. So if you are building with one piece, you can just click and drag with it. Okay, so that's kind of what the outline of a building is looking like. And I can also just go right in on top of this and fix these as like panels almost to the inside, which is kind of cool. It's almost like you're putting siding or a backboard or kickboard. In horse arenas, we call it kickboards. I have horses, and around the edge of the arena, you put these wood pieces up so that, you know, sand doesn't exit the arena. Spiel I don't need to get into, but I know I have more wood in one of these baskets. Oh, maybe I don't. Maybe I need to go get more wood. That just tells me that we're going to build the rest of this thing with stone as we explore how the building is. Okay, so I will finish that little baseboard at a later date. But now let's finish the rest of this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to click and drag, and I'm actually going to leave a little bit of, well, no, I won't. I'll do the full 5. And then I will add the roof after. There we go. So see how quick and easy this is? Really cool. Click and drag. Feels like you're painting almost. And then I am going to need more wood for those kickboards, so I guess I'll do that really quickly. You guys don't have to watch that. Okay, as I was chopping that wood, I thought of a way to fix our snapping issue at the bottom, because there are— oh god, I'm gonna die! Ooh. Oh no! Oh no! No, no, no! Not this. This is so embarrassing. Okay, come on. Oh. I'm just trying to do a build video, man. Alright, we're right here. The base is being terrorized. Look at this. It's gonna camp the body. We're being terrorized by an azure dodo. Not nice. I swear. Those things are vicious. As I was saying, the solution, I think— let me wrap a bandage. I'm gonna need to make more bandages. The solution, I think, to this problem is gonna be putting one of the smaller walls there and hope that they snap, which they do. So that makes things a bit more flexible, and I am happy with that. I can't get that very tiny little bit down there, but that's fine. That's crazy levels of hoping. But yeah, look, it'll snap right under there. And if I angle the reticle just right— oops, that's not what I wanted to do. So we'll go into demolition mode. It's really nice, actually, like the flow of it, and it picks right back up off of the piece that you had before when you do exit demo mode. So I am very happy with this. Let's start from this end. And let's see if we can just pull it over. Oh, hey, that's how you get that tiny little bit. You just click and drag, and then you'll be able to get that really little bit underneath. So if I can get this to snap— I don't think I can. But yeah, that's the tip. That's the tip. Is if you can't quite get a part to snap, you start further down and click and drag it across. Okay, that's cool to figure out. All right, so we are just— I'm gonna need to build stairs. I could just go in the door, but hey, you know what? We're gonna need to build stairs anyway, so let's go ahead and get that out of the way. We have a plank ramp. I said that funky. We've got a staircase. We've got stone stairs. Let's do a stone staircase, because it's a stone building. Do I have snapping on? See, why does this not wanna— let's see, we'll do it here, and then here, easy as that, and then I can go in with a smaller stone piece, this guy, and go ahead and snap it there. And look at this, you can snap at angles. It doesn't have to be a perfectly 90-degree angle. You can snap like sideways, diagonally. So I think that will leave for a lot of creative variation there. So that's what the stairs are looking like. I didn't quite get my my stone lined up as I would have liked to, but hey, this is just me learning how to build anyway. And then we've got these triangle stone walls that I honestly could have just put— that there. Let's try it. All right, let's put that, there we go. I don't like it. I prefer what I had before. So let me pick that stone back up again and put that stone piece back in. So yeah, as you can see, there is a ton of variation. You've got all these little beams and cool ways to play with this. I'm wondering if I can get this more inside the structure, which I can't, which is fine. It still looks okay, and I can build it up more if I want to. But anyway, this is going to be the front of the— well, I guess you could call it the back. I don't know. I'm not going for huge creativity points here. I'm just going for a basic build to get a roof over my stuff. Let's go back to our small plank wall and drag this over. Oh, I'm gonna need more lumber. Okay, let's put a back door on it. So we've got, let's see, I need it to go right here. And I need more lumber. Let's see. I do have plant fiber. Let's try a plant fiber door. There we go. Plant fiber door, and then let's go back to our window. We'll put a nice window, which I need more lumber for. I might build a wall section before I put the window up so that it has something to attach to. So that's something else to note, is that you do need a wall section for the window to snap to. So can I build that up? I can. So again, you can click and drag all the way up in order to build that wall section, and then I can go ahead and snap the window to it. Perfect. And then continue with my wall sections. So as you guys can see, it's really intuitive. I think, did it not want to go further? Ooh, I've got a bit of a ledge. That's okay. I don't mind that there's a ledge. There, now it'll build over. So you do need to be mindful of, I guess, overhang. So if things aren't perfectly lined up. I'm not known for my perfection. I can be a perfectionist, but I try not to be because that's not healthy. Oops. Here we go. Alright. Let's build this over. So I'm gonna need to put, oh look, you can fill in a whole segment with it. Okay, so you can click and drag in all directions. It's not just over and across or up and down, it's all. That's very nice. Okay. So there we go. Now, as we can see, I have a bit of a problem on the corner, which I've created. So let's see if we can get like a fiber post. That's a small log pole and it takes plant fiber, but I think it'll work. It's not really filling that whole gap though. What else could I put in here? What else? Probably a large pole, right? Small timber pole, small timber beam, large timber beam. How about, what's this? Cornerstone wall? So this is nice. This reminds me of like some kind of fortification. You can make like a fortification with it or something. What else do we have though? Small stone foundation. So I could have built a stone foundation. Now if I take snapping off, I can put it like inside the structure. So let's, here, we're gonna experiment. We're gonna put this right here because it's right at the corner, and then I'm gonna turn snapping back on and look, it'll snap and, oh, maybe not. I was gonna say it looked like it would snap in a way that would let me build this up as like, oh, it does, as like a pillar. There we go. I might have to figure out how to get up on this thing for it to snap well, but I think if I'm lucky, I will be able to make it to the top. Come on. Oh, maybe not. Maybe if I get up on the stairs, it'll let me do it. It might be one of those things that I actually have to build a scaffold to do, which you all don't have to watch me do in a video. But anyway, you can see how flexible the building system can be in that way too. So I've made a pillar part of the way up. I'm just going to need to get up there to finish it. Okay, let's take a look at the roof. Our door does rather look like it belongs in a jungle rather than in a nice stone structure. This part looks civilized. This part does not. That's okay. I'm trying to keep this video under like 15 minutes for you guys. Let's look at roofs and then we're gonna call it quits for the day. We have leaf roof. We have, what else? Plank ramp, which I guess you could use as a roof. We have awnings, which I would want to put on the back porch. What else? We have plank floors. Okay, so at this stage of my Crosswind unlocks and building, I really don't have a huge variety of roofs to choose from. So We're just gonna go with the 45-degree angle leaf roof. And draw it across. Can it just, it can just snap right up. Look at that. So we're gonna do, well, I don't know how many it would take to meet in the middle, but that's as easy as it is, guys. I need more to meet in the middle, I think. That's why I wanted to do a 5x5 is, ooh, I wanted to do a 5x5 because it should work out evenly once you get to the middle. So yeah, I'll put, I need more plant fiber. Yeah, so that's how the roofs work. It's a really cool painting type of way you can paint with the building tool. I'm impressed. I feel like there's going to be lots of room for creative variation. I can't wait to unlock. Maybe there's like plank roofs that I haven't unlocked yet. I would love to do that. Oh, look at that. The roof leaves move with the wind. I love that. That is so cool. All right, well, I think we have taken a look at all of the different parts of building. There's a lot, look at this, lots of little details. So I could go around the edge of this and make nice lining around the edge. I really think there's a lot to work with here, and I think builders are going to have a field day. Man, I feel like you could make some really cool monuments, especially when you start getting trophies. We've got a small plank beam. Look at how nice this could look over a doorway. Let's go put it over this doorway because it's the civilized doorway. Let's see. So something like that, and then you can go from there with it. Look at that, some nice detail, and then you can do, oh, where was it? Oh, this is fun. I'm enjoying this so much. There was a, where is it? A small log pole. So yeah, and then you go up here and you take the log pole down. I don't have more lumber or plant fiber, but look at that. So yeah, tons of detail here, guys. So that is my first look at building in Crosswinds, along with some tips and tricks and impressions. The building is by no means complete, but it's a good start, I think. Hopefully later on in the week or next week I will have a building I'm happy with showcasing. This was more about the mechanics of it all and what the alpha has. Honestly, there wasn't anything I came across that would make me send in a bug report. There were no bugs, I don't think. I'm happy with it. It went smooth. What more is there to say? So that's it for me today, guys. I hope that was helpful to you if you were interested in building in Crosswind. Let me know if there's anything in particular you want me to go over a bit more with the game. Let me know if you'd like to see build videos or anything else, really. So yeah, that is it for me. I hope you all are enjoying your games. I have a 45-minute gameplay video that I did before this one that should showcase a little bit more of the gathering, exploration, collecting, crafting, armor, combat, all that stuff. So I will put that here. Oh god, I'm gonna die! Woo! Oh no! Oh no! No, no, no! Not this. This is so embarrassing.